What's this? Hi. So nice to see everyone. I am so glad. Actually, put this away. I'm so glad none of y'all got taken in the rapture, apparently. I don't know if you've seen that. Which just means that whatever remains here in this tiny little room is my favorite types of people, you know? The deviants, the Marxists, the anarchists, the agitators, the looters, and people who in many instances have no clue what they're doing. Which is a quote I stole from a very ugly man who runs a country that Morgan is gonna fuck off to very, very soon. Actually, like, Morgan is going back to LA, and I mean, if you look at her, you can see that her drag is clearly inspired by it. I mean, those huge plastic tits, that fried blonde hair, and a waist that is so skinny it can only come from some sort of intestinal parasite that is like coming straight from the scorched earth of the latest failed gender reveal party. It is just, I mean, honestly, Morgan looks like one of these like really rich LA realtors, you know, the ones like Selling Sunset. I don't know if you watched that. But yeah, I mean, I think the only thing that she is missing, if we want to switch her out for any of those bitches from like, you know, Selling Sunset, is like she needs like a purse with one of these like tiny raggedy ass dogs that just like kind of dangle on it. But Alex is here. I think that's fine. Where is he actually? He's not. Is he gone? Alex? Wow. I prepared that joke so well, and now he's not even here. Come on, that was funny. Oh man, if you look at him, he is like the cutest little tiny But honestly, I think Morgan and I get along so well because we do have like a little bit of a matching aesthetic going on. Like if you look at us real up close, we do look like, you know, Barbie and Ken ordered from AliExpress. And like, it's true, like Morgan, just like Barbie, is like a total girl boss who runs her shows on an international level. I mean, I'm sure you've all seen like Morgan's drag show for busy people, which got its name, by the way, because she keeps inviting her friends and they say, I'm busy. And I, on the other hand, I'm just like Ken. My job is drag. I look very ambiguously gay, and I love doing nothing more than just dangling off Morgan's purse like a cursed pink labubu. It is just, it's glorious out here. And honestly, what can I say? This is the ideal male form. This is the modern man. This is what right-wing media is warning you about what men are becoming. What can I say? And like, honestly, like, as a trans man and a drag king, I know I'm like the performative male final boss. Because like, I get paid to perform as a male on stage, quite literally. And then I use that money to pay for my transition so I can be perceived as a male in real life as well. I mean, it's just, it's fucking wild out here, I'm telling you. And honestly, like, it's crazy because like the only thing that I don't have in common with like the performative males out there is that I do not have to fake my rampant bisexuality. Like it's all real, babies. I am telling you. It's call me. It's just, I mean, the thing is that as a like very rampant bisexual and as a performative male, I am out here like, and of course, I want to destroy the system, the patriarchy from the inside. And I figured I cannot do this without literally destroying men from the inside, if you catch my drift. I mean, that's just a fact. I am truly bisexual for feminism. By the way, I'm also 6'5". Very true. Like, okay, one time, let me tell you a story about my rampant bisexuality, okay? One time I was traveling through Peru, and because I am so cultured, I went to one of those like really fun party hostels, you know the ones, okay? And I met two very, very nice and fun, very American men. Let's call them Brad and Chad, I guess, or something like that. And after a night of like fun and party and boozing and everything, you know, I was feeling like, you know, I'm very much a man of the people, you know? I was feeling down for some community service, if you know what I mean, okay? So Jake, Paul, and I were like, okay, actually, like, let's go somewhere. Let's go somewhere more private. However, we tried not to, make the same mistakes as our colonizers' ancestors, and we didn't want to spread some STIs around countries that aren't ours. So we went to find some condoms, okay? Because we were staying safe out there, because we're so responsible, right? I mean, at 3 a.m., drunk in a hostel, that's great. Anyway, so we are going to the reception, and the feminist hero that I am standing out there. You got some condoms? And the kid that is sitting behind the reception, completely tired, just looks at the three of us, pulls out a singular condom. And I'm just looking at him like, if you paid attention to the story so far, and if you can count up to 3, you know that is kind of not enough. So Sean steps up next and is like, hey, could we maybe have more than one? And the kid just pulls out a second condom. And we were staring at him like... Well, anyways, after a little bit of back and forth there, we are fully equipped, so that was nice. And next step was, of course, location. And since we were like such responsible adults and wonderful human beings, we decided not to head back into like the 10-bed dormitories that are in these hostels. You're welcome, by the way. Imagine if you're sleeping in the bottom bunk bed and like suddenly the top bunk comes crashing down with like 3 naked Americans in there, and you're like, oh my God, that's why in the US everything's bigger. Oh my God. Anyway, so we didn't go there, and of course, like one of the solutions could have been like going to the bathroom, but I'm very classy, so I didn't want to do that. So we headed to the hostel showers, and so much better. And we were like squeezing in there, and we're thinking, okay, how do we go about this, like in this tiny dirty hostel shower? And of course, an easy thing I could have done was just kneel down. However, as a feminist, I kneel for no man. Except sometimes I may choose to kneel recreationally, but that's different. And also the floor in that hostel shower was extremely dirty, so we did not do that. So we are trying a little bit of back and forth, and we're pushing around. We've tried some rather acrobatic endeavors, we're kind of figuring it out. And suddenly, Logan says, actually, I'm not sure I should be doing this. I'm married. Stephen, what the fuck? You're literally inside of me, you're literally in too deep. Honey, you're married, it's kind of too late to come out of there. But sure, okay. So Toby then taps out. However, he then suggests, in order to keep the fun going, that he could actually, film this entire thing for quote-unquote vacation memories. And I always wanted to be a film star, so I'm like, okay, that's fine. However, then his friend, what kind of American name didn't I have yet? Brad? No, Brad, we already had that. Okay, maybe Hunter? Hunter is good. Okay, so Hunter starts noticing that, he might have had a little bit much to drink, which, happens, and he was having a, not so hard time, and no shame in that. Happens to the best of us, it's all good. However, his best friend starts then, in order to support his bestie, starts then, giving him some sort of football stadium chants, you go Ryan, let's go Ryan, you're doing amazing Ryan. And honestly, in this moment, I noticed that these two, the support between these two men, has solved the male loneliness epidemic. They truly did that. And Morgan, I want you to have the same support when you go back to the US. This is what I wish for you. What I had in this dirty hostel shower. And now, in case you were wondering if there is any porn of me, now that there is, it's just really, really bad. Thank you so much.